Hello, YouTube. Today we are going over Fl4kening 2.0, which is an update to our very first Fl4k build that we made, which took advantage of the Lucian's Call, the Monarch, and the Reflux, and took advantage of the Lucian's Call and the Monarch. We have added on the Reflux for this, and as always, we like to add the EMP5 just for movement speed. So this was a fadeaway build, taking advantage of Gorillas in the Mist, and as such, because of how low the Gorillas in the Mist downtime is, how often you can activate it, I decided to update it with the Revolter, the stack bot for taking advantage of the Lucian's Call, and because we are mainly using Corrosive, a Flesh Melter, and the Auto Idol is the artifact I decided to go with so that we can get some restored health anytime we kill an enemy. The big thing on there is going to be next magazine for action skill end. The Lucian's Call, you really don't ever have to reload, so you constantly have whatever element you add on there. I decided to add on Incendiary because we are already taking advantage of Shock, and we have action skill and Radiation on our grenade. So we have Shock going, Corrosive going, and we have Radiation and Incendiary as well, taking advantage of multiple elements overall, just giving us more damage, not damage formula. On the Monarch, I wanted to go with URED so that we can take advantage of that if we go down as a fast way to get back out of Fight for Your Life. And the Reflux, while I don't use it very often, I do like to run Kill Stack, just because the Reflux is really great at mobbing sections. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the skill tree. For skill tree, we went 3 in Persistence Hunter for the gun damage, 1 in Go for the Eyes for the pet crit damage, and 1 in Ferocity for the pet damage, 1 in Who Rescued Who for health regeneration, 1 in He Bites for a little bit of damage reflection for our pet, and 5 in Frenzy so that when we have max stacks we can do 40% increased damage. In Red Tree, 3 out of 3 and Leave No Trace for the extra ammo chance with a critical hit, 5 in Interplanetary Stalker for the extra damage, 5 in Hunter's Eye for the extra damage based on enemy type, 3 in Head Count for the cooldown reduction, 5 in Two-Fang, and Two-Fang is going to give us a 25% chance for extra projectile, and that is mainly because we are going with the Lucian's Call as our main weapon. Two-Fang just has some really fun things that it can do with the Lucian's Call. 3 in Big Game for the hunt skill duration and skill effects, 3 in Most Dangerous Game for the gun damage, 1 in Galactic Shadow for the critical hit damage, and 1 in Megavore for the critical hit chance. In Green Tree, we take 5 in Furious Attack for the extra gun damage, 5 in Eager to Impress for the action skill cooldown, 1 in All My BFFs for the health regeneration, 4 in Overclocked for the fire rate after we do reload, so that's going to be for like our Monarch and Reflux when we're using those, 1 in Lick the Wounds so that if we can't get an enemy killed while we're in Fight for Your Life, we do have a chance for the pet to come revive us, 3 in Turn Tail and Run for the extra health regeneration, 5 in Hidden Machine for the extra damage while we're in fadeaway, 3 in Fast and Furious for the extra gun damage, 1 in Rage and Recover for the health regeneration, and 1 in Power Inside for the extra damage whenever we activate our action skill. We do not pick up anything in Purple Tree, and as always with my builds, guys, I like to point out that I do have all of the Guardian rank perks unlocked, so if you don't have things like Hollow Point or Groundbreaker, you will see a difference in your damage, just because when those go off, they do some pretty crazy high damage. So with that, guys, let's get into the mopping and bossing for this build, so you can see a showcase of what it can do. We'll see you on the other side.
Intel says there's an elevator down to the lower.
Alright guys, that has been the build showcase for Fl4kening 2.0. If you're on PC and you'd like to get your hands on a file for this, you can find a link to the Discord down below, where there will be a save file in the save files area. If you have any questions over any previous builds or any other questions about Borderlands, I'd be more than happy to answer those. Leave a comment down below if there's a certain build you'd like to see next. And with that guys, I've been your local sassy SwinLaw. Stay classy, Bandora.